Okay, guys, we are starting phase 4 on steps 256, 257, and 258.
And they question how the case even made it to trial.
I don't think there was enough evidence to reopen the case. I think the case was reopened just due to pressure from the media.
I feel that's what Jenna Fox and Joe Riggin were out to do. They were out to get justice for Ashley. And they needed some media attention to reopen the case.
I received a tip about this last week and have been working on it. For me, my job as a reporter were to get as many facts out there and to get those to the jury. And I certainly have no regrets about the integrity of our reporting. But in the end, the police department and the Weld County Sheriff did not do their jobs the night this happened. The jury didn't have what they needed to be able to decide whether or not Tom Fallis pulled the trigger. And from that standpoint, the jury made the right decision.
Tom Fallis declined to speak with 48 Hours. The verdict changes nothing for Ashley's family. They still believe Ashley would never take her own life and leave her children behind. Is it at all possible that she just, after her husband got so angry with you, she just couldn't handle the stress and she took her life?
No way.
I don't think so.
Absolutely not.
As they wrestled with their frustrations after the verdict,
Don't. I know you're pissed.
Ashley's parents could barely contain their emotions, especially because of how they believe their daughter was portrayed in court.
They made her look bad by calling her a Spitfire, and this jury fell for it. They were up to calling her a Spitfire like it was this bad thing.
It's
That's
a
what
person.
she used to call me, and you my
It's a person
Spitfire.
who loves life.
I think Jenna Fox is angry, understandably.
She doesn't have any power in the situation. She keeps looking for a way to take back control of what's happening, and there's no power, and that sucks.
You know, and I'm going to say, we're not parents in denial. That's just not the case.
Every day, this is the battle. We're having to live with what the jurors came up with. And it is not easy. But we are also, me and Jen are both fighters. And the truth is the truth. And it always will be in our mind, in our hearts.
What lies ahead for their relationship with their 3 grandchildren, now back in Tom's care, remains unclear, but they are committed to preserving Ashley's memory in the children's minds.
Madeline, Jolie, and Blake, I want to talk to you about your mother. She loved you guys wholeheartedly. Wholeheartedly. She lived life large. Because she loved life so much, that's why I know that my daughter would never take her own life.
The trials of Karen Read have become one of the most watched legal dramas in recent memory, centered around the tragic death of Boston police officer John O'Keefe. On a snowy January night in 2022, O'Keefe was found unresponsive in the snow outside a home in Canton, Massachusetts. Prosecutors allege that Reed, his girlfriend, struck him with her SUV in a fit of rage after a night of drinking and left him to die. The case quickly escalated beyond a typical vehicular homicide. Reed's defense claims she's being framed and that O'Keefe was beaten inside the house by others, suggesting a conspiracy and cover-up involving law enforcement. The courtroom has seen explosive testimony, conflicting expert opinions, and divided the public, many of whom believe Reed is a scapegoat. Her first trial ended in a mistrial,
Those pieces go
setting the stage for a second
right
round
here.
filled with even more scrutiny. As the retrial unfolds, questions linger. Was it a tragic accident fueled by alcohol and emotion, or something far darker, hidden behind a badge? Live from downtown Dedham, Massachusetts, the site of the Karen Read retrial, this is Closing Arguments, And now here is your host, Vinny Politan.
Now we're going to do 257.
Dedham, Massachusetts, just down the block from the retrial of the century, which is taking place. The Commonwealth of Massachusetts versus Karen Read. It's a murder trial. It doesn't get any more serious. But this is actually a murder retrial. Now, how do you know you're covering a big case when you're working at Court TV? Well, there's one way that you can tell that it's a huge case. When you're here where the trial is happening, and absolutely nothing happens during the day. Zero. Nothing. No testimony, no evidence. Nothing happens.
And 4 of the 5 hole.
And that's what happened today, folks. I want to read some of the comments from some of the viewers on Court TV's Facebook page after today's big
These
news that nothing is
go
happening.
right there.
Okay, you've got Grace Holler. The defense needs an extra day to come up with a new theory. Kelly McGarvey says, Karen is sick today and breaking down. She looks even more frail than before. Just do the right thing and plead guilty like you should. Christy Kalidi Hill, could you imagine if there was a plea deal? Jane Kenneman, I heard Karen was sick. And then Suzanne Gill, who is
That was
saying,
step 257.
to take the stand. Folks are all over the place. Some are cracking jokes, but everyone's wondering what is happening. That's why we are bringing in Court TV crime and justice correspondent Matt Johnson, who is joining us live. Matt, great to see you tonight. Always nice. All right. This is like Seinfeld Day. It was a day about nothing, but it's never about nothing in this case.
There's actually a lot that happened today, but behind the scenes and how much we actually are going to learn, still TBD is what Karen Read likes to say.
So it was postponed today. It was just canceled.
It was canceled, and that happened. We got official word from the court at around 8:30 this morning. The court PIO, the public information officer, sent out an email, mass email, saying court is canceled for the day for various reasons. You know, and they never gave a specific reason, but through my source reporting, various sources, and also other outlets here in town, they have their sources. They were reporting the same thing, that Karen Read was not feeling well today. So it was a last-minute decision, and she didn't actually come to the courthouse. But when I arrived to the courthouse today, I mean, you had the O'Keefe family. They were there, ready. They were just getting in their cars. The troopers were escorting them. So right away, I could see them.
Last-minute thing.
Last-minute thing. All the other troopers were outside the courthouse. The prosecutors were there at the courthouse. Everybody was ready to go. But, I mean, if the defendant is not well, then testimony cannot resume.
Okay, so you've been in court every day this week, and you've seen everyone. Did anyone seem under the weather?
You know what? That's hard to tell right now because, I mean, I had to buy allergy medicine earlier today.